Okay, what is your name and what year are you at UA?
My name is Elizabeth Parker, and I'm a junior here at UA.
Where are you from?
I'm from Birmingham, Alabama.
How much were you involved in when you were in high school?
I would say I was pretty involved. I did athletics in all of my 4 years. I was involved in NHS and various clubs, and we did a bunch of community service through those.
How much of what you were involved in during high school was something hosted by the actual school?
Involvement-wise, I would probably say, through athletics and everything, I would say probably 75%, 80%.
How were these opportunities to get involved presented to you in high school?
We had faculty and staff who would tell us about different opportunities that were available in classes for honor societies and scholastic things, but then sports and getting involved in the community that way came through tryouts and things like that.
How would you describe your sense of community and sense of belonging in high school?
I had a very strong sense of community and belonging in high school. I felt very close to my peers and my community and never once felt like I was an outsider.
Coming to college, how many of these involvements or extracurriculars do you still participate in?
I get involved on campus through in similar ways, I would say, but I'm not involved in the same things I was involved in high school.
Coming to college, were you worried about finding a sense of community and sense of belonging?
I think that's a worry that every incoming freshman has to some degree. I wasn't entirely worried about it just because I had friends coming from high school that were joining me, but there's a little bit of that anxiety no matter who it is, I feel like.
What are your current involvements in UA?
I am involved in the sorority here on campus. I do different campus outreach through the sorority, like I said, and then also I'm a nursing major and we do various things on campus as well.
How long did it take you to find these involvements once you got to UA?
Through a sorority, not long. That was something that that happened before classes even started, but after that, I would say it would take like a month or so to kind of figure out all the different opportunities that are presented to us here on campus and kind of ask other people who are involved the best way to go about those.
How much do your involvements play a role in your overall happiness and sense of belonging at UA?
I'd say a large part in my happiness and my involvement here at UA. Through sorority, I've been able to build a friend group and really get to know a bunch of people outside my inner circle and be a part of community events I wouldn't get to otherwise.
At any point since arriving at UA, have you had a lack of a sense of community?
I would say sometimes there's always that, worry that you're not. I feel like initially, not so much now that I'm a junior, but initially freshman year before I kind of got on my bearings, there's a little bit of that.
Did you know many people at UA or coming to UA before you got here?
Coming from in-state, I definitely knew a lot of people older than me who chose to go to UA, and I had a handful of friends coming to UA with me, but no one that I was, not a large circle of friends that I was super, super close with.
What were some of the biggest challenges you faced freshman year when adapting to life at UA?
I would say just the entire transition from living with your parents in the high school routine to being on your own, living in a dorm and being responsible for getting to classes and making new friends and caring for yourself all in the same way. It was just a big adjustment altogether.
What are some things the university provides to address these issues?
The university, I think, definitely tries to have incentives or different things that are available to students here on campus, but I personally have not been affected by those.
Do you think the university does a good job to address the issues of students going to college?
I think they try to, but again, personally, I haven't noticed any benefit from their efforts.
What are some examples of things the university does to help new students to adapt to the college life?
I lived in Tutwiler as a freshman, but I visited some of my friends who lived in other dorms, and there are banners or posters up for different events to try to get the freshmen to interact and meet one another. But beyond that, I feel like there's not a whole lot to get freshmen acclimated with the rest of the university and things going on.
Where have you lived since you arrived at UA?
Like I said, I lived in Tutwiler my freshman year, and since then I've been living in off-campus housing.
In these living spaces, was there anything put in place to create a sense of belonging with the surrounding residents?
I noticed that in other dormitories, but in Tutwiler I didn't really pick up on many things of it, like any mixing and mingling. We did have group meetings, I'd say every few months, with our RA and other residents on the floor that helped us kind of get to know each other, but I think that was pretty much up to us, the people who are living with our neighbors.
Well, thank you. That's all I have.